Hello, Internet. With it getting pretty close to Halloween, I thought that I would make a video about Halloween, Michael Myers and all that. So I thought that for this video, I would rank each of Michael Myers' masks. Because his mask has changed a lot throughout his movies, and I mean a lot. Some were good, some were bad, so I'm going to rank them. Keep in mind, I'm not ranking the movies, I'm only ranking the masks. So in my opinion, these are Michael Myers masks from the worst to the best. And I'm not going to worry about some of the other masks that he's wearing. I'm only doing the main masks. So you're not going to see the albino Michael Myers on here. You're not going to see the gauze mask on here. You're not going to see the pumpkin prison mask on here. I'm only going to do the main masks from the movies. And so let's get started with the worst Michael Myers mask. First up on my list, and my least favorite mask, is the mask from Halloween 20 Years Later. Not H2O, that's lame. I can't say anything good about this mask, really. And there were a lot of masks that he wore in this movie, but none of them are good. There's that awful, awful, awful CGI mask. There's one mask that he wears through most of the film, and there's another mask that just, again, still looks awful. There's not a single good mask in this movie, I'm so sure. In this movie, the masks almost make him look like a teenager or a little kid. They're just blobby and ugly and not good at all. Next up is Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. This mask is just pure ugly. I mean, look at it. Just look at it. It looks nothing like Michael Myers. It almost looks like Michael Myers as a zombie, which, you know, by that point in the franchise, I guess you could kind of argue that he already was a zombie, but who cares? This mask is just awful. There's nothing good to say about it at all. It's far too long. His neck is hanging out most of the time. His hair is much longer than it should be. The weathering on the mask, if you can call it that, I just call it wrinkles or just pure nasty grunginess. It just doesn't work at all for me. There is nothing about this mask that I like. And now that's the end of the I hate these masks category. Now we're moving into the kind of meh category. The masks that I kind of like, kind of dislike, they're just meh to me. Next is Halloween Resurrection. This mask, it looks okay. It looks a little bit more like Michael Myers than it did in Halloween 20 Years Later, but there's just something about it. It's just not Michael Myers. I think it might be the eyebrows. The eyebrows are a little bit much. However, it's an okay mask. And it also features what might be, yes, might be, the only effective use of seeing Michael's full-on eyes. Next up is Halloween 2.
But Eric, that's the same mask they used for Halloween 1.
Yeah, I know it is, just let me explain. In a lot of these Michael Myers masks ranked videos, I see a lot of people have some of the same criticisms that I do. So I'm going to try to keep it short. Probably my biggest problem with this mask is that it's wider than the original mask, and so it doesn't look much like Michael Myers. And that's because Dick Warlock, who played Michael in Halloween 2, his face is a little bit wider than Nick Castle, and it really shows. The mask just hardly looks like Michael anymore. Plus the fact that it looks almost brown in this movie, and the hair is different, and it just doesn't look enough like Michael Myers to me. So now, that's the end of the meh category, so now we're moving into the I like it category. I like these masks. Next up is also Halloween 2, only Rob Zombies. It looks like a mask that's been through a lot. The holes in it, the weathering, the tears, the cracks, everything, it looks really cool. The only reason why it doesn't beat out my next entry is because for a good portion of its screen time, it's ripped almost completely open. And that I don't really appreciate. I don't like that very much. So I kind of put this as high and as low as I dared to. I think it would be a lot higher if it wasn't for it being ripped open. Next up is Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. So this mask, it looks like Michael Myers. It really does. From what I've heard, it is a William Shatner mask, but they had to completely cake it in paint because, you know, they got those albino Michael Myers masks. And I like that mask, honestly, but, you know, I'm not going to rank it anywhere. I think that this is a good mask. It stays true to Michael Myers, although I think it could do a little bit better. Maybe if there was just a little bit more detail in it, or if it was just not as pale white. That is a little bit distracting to me. But yeah, I like it. And now we're moving into the I love it category. These next masks, I love them all. They're wonderful, they're great. Next up is Halloween 2018. I don't know why they didn't put some kind of subtitle on this movie. Just calling it Halloween, kind of weird. Now we have to always specify Halloween 2018. So this film taking place 40 years after the original. The weathering on it looks great. Like, I know what it would feel like to touch that mask. One of those old latex masks that hasn't been kept up properly, and it's all starting to crack and fade, and it looks great. I like it. I think there's also a chunk of hair missing. It's exactly what I would expect a Michael Myers mask to look like after 40 years. The mask, it's just great. It's just great. Next up is Rob Zombie's Halloween. I like this mask for a lot of the reasons that I like the one from 2018. The weathering on it and the cracking. And I think a lot of people will agree that the Michael Myers from the Rob Zombie movies is the most scary, the most terrifying. And I think that the mask has a lot to do with it. It looks like it's seen battle. It still looks just like a Michael Myers mask, but at the same time, it looks like a scarier version of Michael Myers' mask. So I really like it. Next on the list is Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers.
I think it's a good time to remind you that I'm not talking about the movies and only the masks.
This mask, it looks probably the most like Michael Myers' mask out of any of the original continuity. You know, more like Michael Myers than in 4 or 5. It looks much more like Michael Myers in this one. And there is a little bit of aging on it, a little bit of weathering that I think it looks good. I like this mask a lot just for those reasons. It looks like Michael Myers plus a little bit more. I also really like that there are a lot of shots where Michael Myers' eyes are just peeking out just a little bit. I just think it's a great looking mask all around. And an especially great Michael Myers mask. And my number one pick, was there any doubt? It's the original Halloween. The mask that started it all. Can you really say anything bad about this mask? I mean, really, it's pure terror, just pure creepiness in a mask. Take it away, Sam Loomis.
This blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
Just this unmoving, ghostly, creepy face. It's awesome. I don't have any complaints with it at all. But yeah, love the mask. And Michael Myers is probably my favorite slasher icon just because of his mask. I think it's super cool. I was never too big a fan of Jason or Freddy or Ghostface or Leatherface. I don't know what other horror movie slasher icons there are. Not too familiar. Chucky. I think those are the biggest ones, right? Yeah. Michael Myers, my favorite. So there we go. My rankings for the Michael Myers masks from the worst to the best. So make sure to leave a comment down below what your favorite Michael Myers mask is and why. I would love to hear from you. Alright, well, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.